she is being treated as a terrorist. She is being vilified by the true government, the leftists on Twitter. You see on Twitter every time, they're all calling her the biggest terrorist. They're comparing her to Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
This is a woman that is trying to fight for the freedom of everyone, regardless your skin color, regardless your ethnicity, regardless your political beliefs. Everyone should have the same treatment. Everyone should have the same chance in life, and everyone should be able to speak freely, regardless of who you are. That's what she's fighting for. She couldn't care less about skin color and all of that. She is fighting for freedom. But the left and Justin Trudeau and the liberals cannot see that. They are the same people that call James Topp a terrorist, James Topp a traitor, James Topp a fascist. James Topp is one of the most respectable men I've ever had the chance to meet. He served the country we are all living in right now. He served in Afghanistan. He served to defend the country. And right now he was marching to once again fight for the freedom of everyone and make sure that we can all progress as a nation. The left likes to vilify those people because they know that their words have power. And that's what they're doing with Tamara Lich right now.
You know, it was interesting to see, and I can't believe it was allowed in, but Crown Prosecutor asked Detective Chris Benson, I guess, what, if any, effect the Freedom Convoy in February had on Canada Day celebrations. And I thought, what a bizarre question to ask, considering Tamara was in jail since June 27th. She had no part in organizing it. And it sort of disregarded the entire government's role in making the Canada Day celebrations, frankly, so terrible and sort of sullen. He said that, you know, there were fewer families and the events were less festive. Well, you were there, so you tell me, but I think that has a lot to do with the fact that there was a political prisoner in jail. And so people wanted to come and protest that, but also the fact that they moved events away from Parliament Hill, and the fact that the Ottawa police and by law have been fear-mongering, or had been fear-mongering, for up to a week before a Canada Day, basically scaring people away and saying it's going to be terrible and there are more terrorist invaders coming.
Exactly. There's a bunch of things to what you said right now that I want to address. First of all, I think we both wrote at the same time on Twitter, Tamara Lich was kept captive during Canada Day. Why the hell is the Crown trying to equate her involvement in the Freedom Convoy to Canada? She was in prison. She was nowhere. She has absolutely nothing to do with anything good or bad that occurred on Canada. So that's the first thing. They're just trying to, associate her with anything that can make her look bad. And by the way, Benson, I think he'd like to get his record straight, because Toronto Star, they all wrote, the newspaper Toronto Star wrote that there were thousands of families that came to, attend Canada Day events, that they all had so much fun. So, a newspaper like that is saying that so many families came, but he's saying that less families came. That's just ridiculous. Another thing too, exactly what you said here. The police is always fear-mongering everyone. They fear-mongered for the convoy. They made everyone afraid of the people that were in front of Parliament Hill during the month of February. They said that they were terrorists, they were racist, they were fascist, and everything. So of course everyone is afraid. Of course a lot of people are going to be scared to come in front of Parliament Hill because they think, oh my God, I'm going to get attacked just because I have a mask. There's a lady that I was able to have an exchange with who was holding a poster on which was basically implying that the Freedom Convoy and the freedom protests that were occurring in front of Parliament Hill were a white nationalist convention. She had a mask. She was hostile to the people that were around her, and she was never once attacked. People did come up to her. People did speak with her, but she was never, ever attacked. I was actually able to have a semi-conversation with this Z right there. And as any other predictable Z, she couldn't articulate her points in any coherent manner. So the Freedom Convoy is not a violent movement at all. The police is making it seem like a violent movement. Therefore, families are going to be scared of coming in front of Parliament Hill.
It's interesting because you bring up the person that you ran into during your coverage on Canada Day, which I think was excellent. But it was pretty clear that person had never had any real first person exposure to anything related to the Freedom Convoy. They had been on a steady diet of a little bit too much CBC and liberal press conferences. And so they had this idea in their mind about who and what the Freedom Convoy was, but they didn't really actually know. And I'm experiencing the same thing right now as I go through my Twitter mentions. You and I are sitting in the courtroom. We're watching it. We're reporting it verbatim. We're listening to the lawyers. We're looking at the videos. We're seeing the evidence. We're hearing the arguments, listening to testimony. And I've got a lot of people who graduated from Twitter law school telling me that I don't understand what's going on. And they are not even watching. They just know that TV said Tamara's bad. Justin Trudeau said Tamara's mean. And so she's bad. So anybody who's there experiencing firsthand, you don't count because Justin Trudeau said something completely different. Oh, hey, what you just saw there is a clip from my weekly full-length show, The Gunn Show. It airs on Wednesday, but this is the internet. You can watch it whenever you feel like. You just have to become a subscriber to our paywalled premium content. Just go to rebelnewsplus.com to become a member today.